Welcome back, everyone. Middays live from the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum and Convention Center. We're here for the Mississippi Municipal League's annual conference, and joining us now, the mayor of Southaven, Mississippi, Mayor Darren Musselwhite. Mayor, thanks for coming on today.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So how's it been going at the conference so far? I understand there have been lots of sessions, informational type, training type sessions that some of the mayors have told us they've been attending this morning.
Yes, just like every year, you know, the classes are always good. There's always something new to pick up. So yesterday we started classes and then, you know, had general session this morning. So, you know, good networking event, good place to get everybody together and share some ideas.
It's always the best part of it, isn't it?
It really is. Networking is what it's about. You know, we get down here and, you know, a lot of us face the same things in our cities. And so we share ideas and, you know, and lament over problems and try to find solutions. So it's good to get in the same room with people from other cities around the state.
Yeah, absolutely. How are things going in Southaven, I should say? Seem to be going well up there.
Things are going really well. Yeah, got a strong economy. Things are going really well. You know, got a lot of new projects going on. So it's just an exciting time to be in Southaven.
Yeah, spent a few hours at Snowden Grove Park in my coaching career.
Okay.
In fact, pretty sure I coached in the very first tournament ever conducted.
Did
at
you
the
really?
Park. Yeah,
awesome. In 2000.
Yeah,
probably?
25. I was going to say 25 years ago. It seemed like it was right after 2000, but I always enjoyed up there. To a great extent, Mayor, don't you think that has contributed mightily to the economy of the city? Because after that, we saw the hotels, the restaurants spring up, and of course, that facility attracts teams from all over the country, certainly all over the region and the state. It's a pretty big deal.
It really is. It's been great for our city and, you know, for our kids, first of all, just to have, you know, fields like that to play on. I know
they're awesome.
When I grew up, you know, I'm ashamed to look at the fields I played on compared to what these kids have. And we put artificial turf in a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So it's really special for the kids. And like you said, it's a tourism draw. You know, we've had people from all over. We had a team one year from Hawaii. So it's amazing how, you know, youth sports can drive your economy. But Snowden Grove Park has been a big asset for us.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So your situation is a little unique being in DeSoto County, bordering Shelby County, Tennessee, the Memphis area, the Memphis proper. How does that make your job a little easier or a little more difficult?
Well, it's a double-edged sword. You know, in Southaven and DeSoto County, we reap the benefits of having Memphis because we have, you know, the big city amenities nearby. However, it's no secret, you know, there's some serious crime problems in Memphis, and, you know, criminals don't see a line there. You know, they spill over, and so actually that's one of our biggest challenges. You know, we tell people all the time that, you know, when we're celebrating one thing, it doesn't mean we're not thinking about the other things. You know, for a city to be successful, it's like spokes on a wheel, and all the spokes have to be turning, and, you know, fighting crime is the big spoke. You know, that's the thing that, you know, if you don't handle the crime, then you have nothing. So that's a big challenge for us in Southaven.
Absolutely. And so recently you had a big conference, concert, right? You have a venue for that.
We do.
In the area. Tell us about that.
Well, we recently invested about $10 million in our Bank Plus amphitheater. The amphitheater has been there for many years, but we've made some major improvements to it, added about 6,000 more seats. So our seating capacity now is around 10,000, and did a lot of other things, doubled our bathroom and concession areas, added a premium seat lounge. And we did that because now the industry has changed, trying to get better artists.
Yep.
You got to have better pre-sale tickets, so we had to have more seats to make it financially feasible to get
for them to
better
commit,
acts.
right?
Absolutely, and for for a promoter to make it financially, viable. So anyway, we did it. We've already had success. I believe we've had 4 concerts already, and still got some other good concerts coming, and then obviously expecting. A lot of the concerts take, a year and a half to plan some of them, so we expect an even better year next year.
Yeah. What about your school system? And if you think about the kind of the components of a municipality and just the overall quality of life, you think about education, health care, how's all that looking?
Well, DeSoto County Schools has a history of being one of the top in the state, and Superintendent Usselton and his team do a great job, and they have the same challenges that we face as a city adjusting to growth. growth is a great thing, but it also presents many challenges, and our school system has to deal with the increase in population. But they've done a great job. Our schools are great, and like you said, to have a great community, schools are one of the top things needed. No doubt.
Talk about health care and availability of health care in DeSoto County, Southaven.
Again, we kind of check all the boxes. We have Baptist DeSoto, excuse me, that's in Southaven, and then, Methodist is in Olive Branch. So, our citizens are well served. And again, we still have Memphis there that, has top-notch facilities, have Le Bonheur and all the hospitals in Memphis. So North Mississippi is blessed. We definitely, have many options for health care.
Yeah, no doubt about that. What about the financial condition of Southaven? How are you looking there? What are your revenues and expenses? How are they stacking up?
Outstanding. When I took office in 2013, our annual sales tax revenue was about $12.7 million, and this year we'll top $20 million. So We've had tremendous growth. Recently, we just made the last payment on the Tanger Outlet Center. In 2015, we used the MDA tourism rebate incentive, and we just made the last payment this year. So that's going to, put an insurgence of about $2.1 million in our budget this year. So we're excited about that.
In terms of a percentage of your overall revenue mix, does more come from property taxes or sales taxes? How does that split?
It's a healthy mix. It's about equal. It ranges from 5 to 10% difference. So we have a good healthy mix of both. Yeah, that's important. You don't want to get too heavy on one side or the other.
Yeah.
But we've been able to maintain low property taxes because of our sales tax growth. But we're comfortable that we've got a good mix right now.
Okay. There's been a lot of talk about possibly eliminating the sales tax on groceries, and then of course the debate over eliminating income taxes, state income taxes in the state of Mississippi, continues on. Any thoughts about that?
I do. I think, removing the income tax in Mississippi is a smart thing. It puts us on a level playing field with some of the neighboring states. And, I kind of subscribe to the Reagan theory. If you lower taxes, people are going to come. Then you're going to end up having more tax revenue by the new business that comes. So I think that will happen, when Mississippi can eventually get rid of the income tax. And with the grocery tax, again, when you can lower it, bring more people to your city, it's going to pay multiple dividends in other ways.
So I recall Speaker of the House Philip Gunn, who, of course, was really the force behind elimination of the income tax, certainly in 2022, fell a bit short of that. But he would often say in defense of the move that he knew there were folks that would cross over into DeSoto County that presently lived in Tennessee because there is no sales tax. Income tax. There's kind of a capital gains tax. But said they'd move into DeSoto County, Mississippi.
That's true. And a lot of the people that we recruit, they're considering, industrial expansions specifically. A lot of those are in Memphis.
Yeah.
And if we did not have the income tax, they would bring their employees and their families down to Mississippi. So I believe Speaker Gunn hit the nail on the head with that. I agree with that. I think it can create many new opportunities for Mississippi that we don't have.
It's especially challenging when you're on the border like that, when people have a choice. I can live here and it's zero. I can just move a few miles away and I got to pay taxes.
That's exactly right. And we have a lot of people that, have Mississippi roots that actually live in Tennessee, but would choose to live in Mississippi because of their roots if there were no income tax. And you're dealing a lot of times with the more successful people, business owners, things like that.
True.
And so it becomes a bigger issue for them when there's, an income tax in one state, not the other.
It would certainly stimulate economic growth as well, I believe, certainly in the northern part of the state where you're bordering the Memphis area, which is really just kind of a metropolis at the end of the day that extends down into Southaven.
It really
somewhat,
is.
So.
Yeah, we're so close. Everything in the Mid-South area is, you got 3 states with Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, but we're one, large metro area, with 3 states. So, yeah, I think it would make a difference. And Speaker Gunn, I heard him say there is no downside to this, and I do agree with him.
Let's talk. We got about a minute left. PERS, as you are well aware, the contribution rate on the part of employers, the responsibility there increases by 5% next year. Goes into effect July 1, I think, to 22% total of employee wages. Are you ready for that?
We're going to be ready, but we don't like it.
And That's what I've heard.
And let me just say, we've got to do better. Our state's got to do better in that area. We can't keep putting the burden back on the cities, the PERS has got to be better financially operated. And that's just the bottom line. We can't keep putting the burden back on the cities.
Mayor, when you combine the employee and employer rates collectively, sum them up, 31% of wages going into PERS, and that's still not enough to really to correct the impending financial problems.
Well, and I hate to state, what a lot of people don't want to hear, but there's got to be some changes to the program. Some of the benefits that are being paid now, the system is not going to be able to sustain that, so there needs to be an overhaul of the system. Yeah.
We got to start talking about it at a minimum because it's not going to go away.
That's right. Yeah.
Mayor,
the longer you wait, you got
then it gets more difficult. Yeah. Appreciate you coming on, Mayor. Thanks a lot. Enjoy the conversation.
Much. Yes, sir.
Mayor Darren Musselwhite of the great city of Southaven has been our guest. We're stepping aside for a break.